Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. Whoa, hold on there. Hold on now. The Bluetooth's not connected now. Hold on now. Christian Aspinall, the unbiased king. Aspinall. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the Tank Top Sage. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening? I'm halfway through the Nutcracker right now.
Ooh, I haven't had a Nutcracker in a minute, dude.
Yeah, man. Picked one up at the festivities yesterday.
Nice. Damn, I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm Nutcrackerless, but yeah, it's just me and Josh again today. Brian couldn't be here, so we got a couple series to talk about. So let's not waste any time. You can find me at the Chris Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram. And at New Jump City Josh. That's on Twitter. Send a request. Your boy's project.
Yeah. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram, and you can catch him when he's streaming at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Do the thing.
What's he streaming? What does he stream?
Valorant, maybe? I don't know what he's streaming.
Is there another word for that in the streets?
Valorant?
That Val?
That Val?
Mm-hmm. He runs Val and he streams it.
Yeah. You could follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram as well. You could also email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Any questions emailed will be answered on our little pre-show chat show that we do before every podcast, and we put it out on Wednesday so that it looks like we're putting out more content. So check us out on that. Email us and let us know your questions. You can ask us pretty much anything. I guess the pre-show chat show is more of a loose conversational thing to have some fun before we get into talking about manga. So you don't have to keep it directly tied to manga. You can ask us whatever you are curious about, and email us on that. If you prefer, you could also comment on the YouTube version of the videos that we put out of the podcast that we put out. There's no video capability as of yet, as computer situation is still a little tight, but the audio podcast will continue to come out in perpetuity, and I'll be putting them on all the platforms, including YouTube and iTunes, Spotify. Subscribe where you like listening to podcasts, and we'll keep putting them out. So yeah, with that being said, spoiler alerts ahead. Let's go on to the show. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 392, Villain Name. Last we left off, Uraraka and Froppy were going up against Toga, who is using 1,000,000 twice clones to overwhelm the heroes. And it's really tricky getting around Uraraka because she's hiding in a sea of twices that she's created using Twice's quirk. We start off this chapter where it seems that Tsuyu was captured by Uraraka and is about to be stabbed. I guess Toga's about to stab her, and she just yells out that Uraraka doesn't understand the first thing about her, because she's never wanted for anything, and because she's always followed the rules. And as she's coming down with the stabbing motion, we get a flashback into Toga's life. Some of the stuff we were kind of aware of through just dialogue in the past, but we see when she was a young girl, she was seen beside a dead bird, and her parents just assumed that she killed the bird and sucked the blood dry. But in Toga's head, she's just denying it, saying that no, the birdie just fell into the yard. Um, and apparently, they seem to have like put a lot of effort into reforming her and making her nice and normal. Um, and we're getting these reactions from other people, it seems, about how she's like weird, and that her strange behavior is linked with quirks being particularly strong. Like people who have strong quirks often develop behavioral issues and personality disorders. um and Toga is going through life just basically like looking at all these like quote unquote normal people and just kind of like suffering within, I guess, holding it down. Um and we get word of her parents reacting to the incident regarding that friend who looks like Deku. What happened there? They say that they're accusing her of drinking her friend's blood, and she says no. My friend got hurt, so I was just sucking the ouchie, and
Cat.
yeah, Kev, you sound like her parents right now, Josh.
You know what I mean? I'm not judging her. I'm just saying that was a lie.
Yeah,
We all know that.
yeah. Um, so they're like, "That's not normal. Don't you want to behave properly?" And they're like, "No, I just don't get it, not at all." And Toga is laughing with blood on her hands, just saying, "Does everyone just fight the urge to be what they want to be? Why does nobody else suck blood like me?" And her parents are just like, "She came out wrong. She's rotten to the core. We gave birth to something inhuman." And I think one
They're
of the
devastated.
I think one of the voices in her head, the for that Liberation Front member she murdered earlier, mentions that she pushed it all down, suppressed herself to create a mask, to become someone else entirely. And at that moment, she is like kind of yanked away by Uraraka and sent flying upward. Um, and Earphone Jiro is nearby, and she's trying to catch Suyu, who seems to have like fallen out of Toga's grip. But it seems that somehow Toga was has made a clone of Suyu, and she attacks um, Jiro, also making Jiro clones. It
That looks
seems,
scary as hell.
yeah,
See
yeah.
you dropping down. That looks like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's not like good. Um, so the horde is just intensifying further. Um, so Suyu screams out about uh how following the rules, she thought following the rules made is what made someone a hero, and that breaking them made her a villain. But she realized after all this time that setting the rules aside uh is is the right thing to do, is what heroes do depending on the circumstance. Like it's not so absolute. you know you don't have to uh f- following the rules doesn't make you a hero, and breaking the rules doesn't make you a villain. Saying killing us all in one, all is one thing, but beating you is another. But what Uraka is trying to do is tougher than that. She's trying to have an honest conversation with you, and she's asking to kind of like listen to what Uraka wants to say to her. And unfortunately, the very next page, we see a big panel where Uraraka has been stabbed in the stomach by one of the Twice clones, and Toga responds with like, "We're just built different. You people get to go on and live happy, blessed lives, but I don't get to feel a lick of that. Your rules tell you to pity me, but don't you dare." And we end on a panel of Twice asking Toga if she why doesn't she want a villain name of her own, and that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about My Hero Academia chapter 392?
I was I remember last week I said that I would give the story a chance. I still feel that way. Um, there was a few things I didn't like. But then at the same time, I just told myself keep reading. So it seemed like they was about to kind of try to relate to her and say that like, hey, like the way Toga's like speaking is kind of like, oh, you guys don't get me. That's why I'm acting this way, and that the counter message is gonna be, hey, plenty of people are weird. I'm weird. I have my issues, but look, I'm a hero, et cetera, et cetera. I would have been really upset about that, and it seemed like the way Toga was speaking, it was gonna lean that way, but I don't know. I think I kind of think maybe they will have an honest conversation. That being Toga and Uraka, if she can still talk while stabbed. Maybe they'll have an honest conversation about how you know people like her aren't addressed in society in that hero society. They're led astray, and then a lot of them end up turning into villains just to get locked up and put into that villain cycle, of getting caught and being put in prison and getting out and getting caught again, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that would be really interesting and really productive. I'm just not 100% sure. I mean, Suyu, who damn man, I really wish he had more. I really wish he got like a cool fight, man. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know how you feel about that, but I guess you'll give your thoughts. But she's I kind of like what she had to say. What she said, I once thought that following the rules is what made someone a hero, and that breaking them made you a villain. Right, like me, I thought it was black and white. But you know what? Right now, my friend is setting the rules and everything else. Right, she's saying like, look, like my friend is putting all of that black and white bullshit aside to try to reach out to you and understand you amidst all of this chaos. And I think I think that's meaningful. I think that's an appeal to someone that they're trying to listen. I mean, what do you have to lose by listening? It makes sense. It's flowing. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. This all like checks out, and I'm still being patient to see what's kind of going to be the delivery here because most of this isn't super interesting, and unfortunately, because there's not more of a complex melee. You know what I'm saying? There's not this
Hmm.
intricate fight before this emotional scene. But again, I keep I keep thinking about how this is so reminiscent of like American comics, where that's kind of the point too. So I don't think every fight needs to be like World Trigger. It's okay, cool. The art is amazing. I mean, there's three panels I really enjoyed in this. One I already said with Suyu, with the fake Suyu gaping with her mouth open, looking down at the earplug
Yeah,
girl. I forgot
Jiro.
her name already.
Jiro.
General, thanks. That was a really good panel. The the panel where she's where the lady she killed in the past is talking to her in her ear. She's saying, "So you pushed it all down." It was on page 6, and she's like holding the knife. Look how detailed Toga looks with the arm
Mm-hmm.
and how it comes up. Like that's really nice. And my absolute favorite panel of the entire week, page 5. If you look in the middle with her parents, the mom says, "Ugh," and the dad is screaming in horror. Ah! Well, I heard that shit.
Yeah.
I read that and just I couldn't stop laughing. It's like, wow, how did I do that? Because he knows it's my fault. I created a monster. Look at this bitch. I feel bad for Toga though. But man, her parents weren't I guess the whole point. I hope the point that Horikoshi is making is that society didn't equip her, nor her parents, nor her community, around her to support and try to help someone like her, to express this in a more productive and less uh dangerous way to like herself and people around her. Like, for people to give her real therapy and let her explore how she really, listen, I'm no psychoanalysis an analyst or nothing like that. But I have faith in Horikoshi. I do.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what are your thoughts?
I had to read this chapter a few times because I'm like, I've got to be missing something here. Like, I've got to be. There's got to be something I'm not reading into, and I feel like I have a bit of clarity after
Had it.
doing that. Because I had like this aha moment, kind of reading it. Um, as far as Toga's whole like shtick of trying to become people that she loves, um, I feel like the misconstruing that she makes is that she sees love as, she's misconstruing love for wanting to be being some sorry, she's misconstruing being someone that wanting to be someone that she loves with being someone who is kind of normal and good, and people like look to them and are generally good people. um that's why she doesn't really she can't meld with Shigaraki and the others in the right way, is because she doesn't view them as what society like wants her to be. But someone like Uraraka and someone like Deku is someone that like the public ideal, because we're seeing that like
Oh,
she's getting all these people telling her that she's not normal the way she is, and she's not good in and of itself. She's intrinsically evil because of for whatever they perceive her to be. Even though that we're evident, like if we're going to take Toga's word for it and say that she didn't kill this bird, she didn't kill her friend, uh if we're going to take her word for it and just say that she just happened to be in these areas, and while weird, she didn't kill them or attempt to like take their blood in any malicious kind of way, that she's not a intrinsically evil person. She just has like her first reaction was to, I guess, like stop the bleeding by like putting the mouth on it and stuff, whatever, I guess. Like you
mm,
would your own cut. If you get like a paper cut, you're gonna like, your instinct is to put it to your mouth and whatever.
yeah.
um and that was misconstrued as because of her quirk requiring the blood of someone. They misconstrue it as using the opportunity to get their blood and be able to transform into them. And all of this um instant doubt in her is what broke her, is what I'm understanding. So, and that's what made her kind of crazy, because she's just kind of like trying to become someone that is generally accepted by society. um and obviously, like I said, that would be someone like Uraraka. That's what would be somebody like Deku. So it's not really
Mm.
surrounded by love. It's more like, this is the ideal person in society, and I would like to be them. And she's misconstruing that with
Oh,
love.
okay. That makes sense. But what about Twice? Oh, that's why
I
she
think
can't
Twice
fully
is
use.
someone she genuinely grew to love, and that's why she could use his power so well. Um, and
Oh,
Twice of
that was
all of
really
the
well said.
villains, and Twice of all the villains is like a decent person, you know. Like he's a villain, and he's like an assassin basically, but he always had like this weird, I guess morally gray, but generally lonely and you know caring heart for when it comes to the people that meant to him, like that
Right.
meant something to him. So I don't know. Uh, yeah. So that's what I saw.
I actually have a quick rebuttal to, I guess, like, your interpretation of like Toya when Toga when, I guess, like, she was younger. I took it that I legitimately believe that she was lying in those situations about the bird and about her friend or whatever else. And I thought mostly because I felt like she probably lied because of how shameful she felt, because of how she naturally felt, about like her desires. Now, I do think maybe like what you said made a lot of sense too, that like she has that, that weird, that different thing about her, that falls in line with her quirk. But it makes sorry, let me get my train of thought. Yeah, the quirk. Okay. All right. So yeah, she has that off thing about her, but hmm, yeah, damn. I really lost my train of thought. I think I got the point I wanted to make across though. I really thought that she actually was telling about it.
I
And
mean,
that not like she was at the right place at the right time for people to be bleeding. But those situations do make sense to happen. They're not out of the realm of normality. So it
yeah.
could really go either way.
Well, the only reason, I'm taking that is that I'm taking when we get Toga's point of view of it, where she's saying that the bird just fell into the yard. She didn't do anything to it. That's my interpretation of that's like the way I'm reading it is that that's Horikoshi reaching out and saying this is what really happened, you know? Or at least
Mm.
that's how Toga sees it. So, it's not very clear whether she actually did these things. This flashback, I feel like it gets kind of the point across, but it's still not very clear. I feel like he's withholding a lot of information for some reason. Like, I don't know if Toga, because we're getting two conflicting things. The things we know about Toga all this time being that she killed a student and took his blood, and like this now that she's claiming that he just happened to be hurt in the situation. It's difficult to tell whether we believe in Toga or not, because if we believe in Toga, then this all kind of like makes sense. If not, then then you really did kill these people and all that stuff, and you know like I don't know how we're supposed to like sympathize with Toga if she's not like made to be this person as opposed to actually committing these things. But it is very unclear, and I'm making a lot of like jumps to try like make sense of this because it's not very well paced in terms of just getting into Toga's backstory. And it never has been like Toga, for being like one of the more uh long running characters in this series, has gotten a lot of backstory, but at the same time, no backstory at all. Because I don't. There's still so much we don't know for sure about her. You know. But yeah, I mean, I just like
Yeah, maybe there is more. We didn't get the full version of it this chapter. That's for fucking sure.
yeah, I'm hoping maybe he gets
I
into it
hope
a little
not.
more, because I'm like just it feels like I don't know what mystery he's trying to hold on to. You know what I mean? Like, just let us know what this is about already. If you're gonna go into this flashback, just do it already. I don't know. It just also feels so cluttered and stuff, and like uh his like technical art is very good. Like the illustrations, the drawings within the panels are also good, but the paneling and the layout is so like scrunched together. Like One Piece has
Yeah.
this problem sometimes where like there's just so many panels crammed into a page, and like not only is that in this case that there's so many panels into one page, there's just like vague information being drip fed to us that it's kind of hard to put like the pieces together and really understand Toga in this moment. Um, but I read it a couple times and I feel I like put that whole thing together. So maybe something was communicated well, but I feel like I'm still like not right on the nose yet. And at this
I
point,
think
I
I
don't know.
think we're still waiting.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know what we're waiting for. Like just we're at the end of the road here, bro. You could start revealing stuff about people.
I
But
think it's so unrealistic that they're having this conversation amidst this crazy war. Like,
yeah,
are they that close? Are they that loud?
yeah, man, it's just like it's so chaotic right now. I don't know how there's like a billion there's like an army of billions around them, you know? I don't know how you have a conversation and all this. And
Yeah, it's a lot.
yeah, I don't know.
Even the action that's going on, like between between the conversations, it's just kind of meh.
Yeah, if I discerned this whole thing correctly though, I guess I see now what Horikoshi's trying to say. But this only kind of works if Toga to start with was more like pushed into madness in this way than her actually having done these things and still like trying to make herself out to feel like she was pushed this way because like if it's true then like well yes people had a reason to be afraid of you, but if not then like okay this is a more um understandable character arc I guess. But I don't know, it's all very complicated and unnecessarily I feel. um oh my cat's next to me and she's sneezing.
No,
uh
yeah, I got Coco chilling next to me too.
Ginger. um but that's all of my thoughts really. I really like I felt like I was putting I don't know if you've seen that meme from It's Always Sunny where Charlie is just like at the cork board and he looks like a crazy person. He has all those red lines and stuff. I felt like that thinking about this chapter. Um but I guess it was okay. I'm not, there's obviously art highlights to it and all that stuff, but I'm still not exactly gelling, but I'm trying to be patient like Josh said as well. So hopefully, oh, it's off next week. So, yeah,
Yeah, we've been begging for this nigga to take a break.
for
So
real. I mean, I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about My Hero Academia. Do you have any rebuttals or anything?
no,
Alrighty then, let's move on.
We call that easy money, GG.
Chainsaw Man. This is Chainsaw Man, chapter 133. Oh man, where's the chapter page here? Is it the very beginning? Did I miss it? Whatever. This is Chainsaw Man 133. Oh, Chainsaw Man protests. So I think last we left off, Chainsaw Man, not Chainsaw Man, Denji and Nayuta and the dogs have all been captured by public safety, it seems. And at first we see that Denji has been carried away to this like undisclosed dark room, and basically Squid Boy is giving him the choice to stay protected with them. And we open this chapter where they're outside actually on this like cafe, just like at the outdoors watching these protests happen. And Squid Boy talks about how these protesters are calling for public safety to treat Chainsaw Man as a devil and to put him down. And Denji's like,
Mm.
why? I'm a good boy. And he says, because they don't like you. And he's like, oh. Just like, oh.
right, right.
I see.
Guess that makes sense. I don't even like myself. So
Fair enough.
okay.
And basically there is a clash between protesters. There's the anti-Chainsaw Man protesters clashing with the followers of the Chainsaw Man church. And Denji's like, why are they fighting the protesters? And Squid Boy's like, because they like you. And Denji just thinks to himself, and he's like, "Feels kind of nice having people fight over me." And Squid Boy explains further that before the Chainsaw Man Church, consisted of his biggest fans and devil victims, but recently the numbers have been increasing, and people are just joining because the membership now exceeds 20,000 people. He says the bulk of them are still in school, but eventually they'll be old enough to vote. And apparently, politicians are already starting to contribute supplies to the Chainsaw Man Church. So eventually, Denji won't have any sole control over the Chainsaw Man. And as a result, I guess, because so many people are just going to feel ownership over the Chainsaw Man. And Denji is like, well, and he says, what do I got to do to see Nayuta and the dogs? And Squid Boy says, I want you to do absolutely nothing. And he says, I'm asking you to never transform into Chainsaw Man again. And the way Denji looks at him with such disgust, says,
No way.
Hell no. And Squid Boy goes on to say that if you keep turning into Chainsaw Man, then they will kill Nayuta, basically. And he says, I heard you long to live a normal life. And just stop transforming, and then that comes true, and you'll be able to live with Nayuta. This is your chance to be just a regular guy. You can go to school. I can even hang out with you as a friend. You know, you go home to Nayuta and the dogs and live as a human. You'll be happy enough.
I can even hang out with you as a friend. Like, isn't that what you want? It's just us to be just regular friends,
just buddies, and
forget you on your nuts.
Forget the fact that I'm extorting you right now.
Hey, I'm a pretty cool guy at school. I can probably get you some. That's what he should have said. Like, bro, I'd
really
stop turning into Chainsaw Man, and I'll get you some coochie, man.
Yeah, this is what you don't know how to bargain with Denji.
Unlimited. Yeah, he's dumb as hell. I guess he thought they had it on Smash.
Yeah, all they have to do is take Nayuta. But Denji goes like, but I want to be Chainsaw Man. I want everyone to pay attention to me. And Squid Boy is like, do you not understand me? If you turn into Chainsaw Man, public safety will kill Nayuta. He's like, but I don't want that either. But I also don't want to stop being Chainsaw Man. And he says, I want people to fight the protesters for me. And Squid Boy is like starting to lose it, almost, I feel. He's like, look, man, the time has come for you to choose between Nayuta's life and your greedy desires. And Denji just goes, two. I choose two choices. He's like, you could only choose one. He's like, I choose both. He's like, don't you care if Nayuta dies? And then all of a sudden, Denji just yells out, protesters, assemble. Kill this guy for me.
Yo, Squid Boy's reaction.
Squid Boy's tight. He's like, he's even dumber than I thought. And then all of a sudden, he hears someone calling out Denji. And yay, it's Nayuta on the other side with the dogs, I believe. Hold on. The dogs are there. It's very cute. And Denji runs over to Nayuta. They embrace. She goes, you stink. And it's like, because I haven't had a bath yet. So the public safety, I guess other public safety members are also out there. And they're basically like, it's too soon to let them meet. And Squid Boy is sweating now. He's basically like, listen to me, Denji. You were about to choose Nayuta's life and get sent home together. Why? And he says, whatever. This must have proven it to you. If you turn to Chainsaw Man, public safety will kill Nayuta. And Nayuta's like, excuse me? He said, Denji, tell this guy to F off now. And Denji basically just like stares him down and is like, you done? Then we're going home. And then they just walk away. And there's this awkward silence, and Squid Boy just goes, did he not understand me? And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about Chainsaw Man chapter 133?
This was another awkward ass fucking chapter. I guess the thing is still on, right? It's like, I mean, just because they're together doesn't mean that that like he's still not in danger of her getting killed. I guess like Squid Boy was annoyed because he's like, do you understand like what we're saying? That we will kill that little girl if you turn into Chainsaw Man again and we see you. But what about Fake Saw Man? What if he turns into Chainsaw Man?
That's a good question.
They could try to kill Nayuta if they want. I don't think they understand who she is, though. I really don't think they know
Yeah, I don't know
at
either.
all.
I don't know if they know.
They must not. And it's hilarious because Squid Boy is like down with the shits and knows things. You don't know this? You don't know Nayuta's that the head honcho.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have anything significant to add? The people have every right to hate Chainsaw Man, but at the same time, he fights devils that try to kill people. So I don't know. It's not his fault that devils are around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at least I believe that's not the case. So
It's not.
right. So he is trying to help out, although he doesn't do a great job. I mean, yeah, if you're not doing a good job and you're being negligent, then maybe he shouldn't get killed and treated like a devil and get like destroyed. But maybe he should just stop. Consider training.
It's not even
But
about
I don't
training. They
think
just
he's
don't
going to
want.
consider the loss of other people's lives. I'm
No.
sorry?
It's not. It's not even about training. They just want him to stop in general.
Well, I mean, I'm saying as far as what he decides to do.
Mm.
You know, I think he should take the criticism and realize, yeah, people are reacting this way because I'm wilding the fuck out. And I'm allowing the devils I fight to wild out too. So I need to get stronger to a point that I can control these situations or just not be Chainsaw Man. Because these people are, I feel their resentment. I really do. As a fan of the Chainsaw Man series that doesn't want it to end, you know, I mean, you gotta understand where these people are coming from. They want to get him canceled.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want Chainsaw Man canceled?
Sure.
I
Can't.
would.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Chainsaw Man's world must be the shittiest world to live in by far. So
Top
really,
15, absolutely.
top 15. That's a top 5 shitty world.
There's been a lot of shitty worlds. Remember Total Recall?
I'm saying in manga.
Oh.
This is a pretty shitty world. You could just get taken out.
Yeah, pretty easy. Claymore sucks.
Claymore does suck. A lot of manga worlds suck. I've not read all the way through Claymore, but
you know, them niggas is out there and they run shit. Them dragon things
Yeah.
that look like people.
D. Grayman's
Yo.
world kind of sucks to live in.
Oh my god. The Gray Man. No. Everyone's fodder. Everyone's Akuma fodder.
For real.
There's so many Akumas out there that I'm like, where's the real human civilization at? That's why he went on a hiatus. I think he did the math in his head and said, wait, for as many Akumas as I've had in my series, I have surpassed the human population of this world.
Yeah.
I need to regroup and think.
I hate to think how many humans live in my world.
And to retrace my steps a little bit. The Gray Man is a great series, guys. That's for I'm not gonna tell you to read it, but it's a great time for the first few volumes.
Yeah. It's on
really
Viz.
great time.
Maybe I should read it.
Mm,
I remember I got pretty far and then I stopped. So
yeah, me too. Because it went on a long ass hiatus.
I think it's still coming out.
Last I remember, they was on some crazy flashback, man.
Yeah, I think it's just
like
coming
they were
out currently.
telling a story about his caretaker / dad or whatever. Kanda, got his name.
No, Kanda was
Clown
the
dude.
samurai edgelord.
Oh, The
Damn.
guy that was always absent.
Yeah. Anyway, Chainsaw Man.
But yeah, whatever. Oh shit, yeah. um, was I giving my thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're done though, right? You don't have any more
I
thoughts.
think we're done.
Yeah, this was a funny ass chapter, bro. I love
It was.
Chainsaw Man for this. I mean, it's hard to really talk about Chainsaw Man sometimes because sometimes it's just like funny dialogue and very it's just like fun character moments with Denji.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this. It's very much in character with Denji. It's so funny how like all he ever wanted was to have bread and jam, and now he's making demands out of his life. You know,
Right.
it's like Denji's seeing more for
That-
himself in life, even if it's at the cost of civilization crumbling down.
Hmm.
Whether it be from devils or protesters fighting each other on his behalf. Yeah, it's interesting. All this because this guy just wanted to have bread and get laid.
all of that.
If a
Isn't
devil,
that the mission of us all?
this is what the devils don't understand. The second the devils find out that all they need to do is get Denji laid, and the series will be over. Then
Right. He doesn't even. They don't even know, man. Denji has literally said it. Like, even if he hasn't said it outright, he's basically said it. Like, I want to be noticed and popular. Wow. Would a teenage boy want that?
yeah,
Use your fucking brain, bro.
brain, dude. But
Yeah, Chainsaw Man.
yeah,
Cool.
that was indeed Chainsaw Man. Love this. Oh, by the way, before we go, I almost forgot. Chainsaw Man won the really good chapter of the week for the audience. So,
Wow.
and honestly, it's also, I guess it's mine this week. This is my really good chapter as well. So
Yeah.
what was yours?
I'm a little disappointed.
Oh no, it's not yours. All right.
No, it's not. You don't know what it is?
I think I could infer from here. There's only 2 series left.
Yeah. It's a
Um,
coin flip, but you should know which one.
yeah, but in any case, that was this is the really good chapter of the week for both myself and the audience.
Certified RGC. Certified
No, Josh.
RGC. Certified RGC.
If you guys want to take part in the vote, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. I put the poll up every Sunday when the chapters come out, and the poll stays up for pretty much a whole day and a half before we record the show. So yeah, follow us on that and take part in the really good chapter of the week poll. But yeah, without further ado, I suppose we can move onward. Black Clover.
Red Diamond.
Red Diamond. Why do you say Red Diamond?
Have you watched the Sinister video?
No. That was my bad.
Shame on you.
No, I'll watch it tomorrow, I promise.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I've read everything you've mentioned. Everything.
No, you're right.
That's not true.
You're right.
I didn't read that story about the people with the wings
People with the wings.
in color. It's on Comixology.
People with the
You
wings.
said it was super good. Think they had wings? No, they didn't have wings.
Wings.
They had a child, couple.
Oh, Saga.
You said it was so good.
It's very good. But that was my mistake, I suppose. I shouldn't have said it was good. Well, how would you like me to sell a series to you, Josh?
Just as long as it's not Saga, we good.
No, I'm saying like if I wanted to recommend something to you, how do I say it without making you catch an attitude?
Well, you don't start by saying this is the best series I've read in a long time.
Did I say that about Saga?
Probably not, but maybe it was something you said that made me think that. That's the root cause. What is the trigger?
I can't praise anything at all, basically.
I think he was just like, dude, this book, man, is actually good.
Yeah, I don't know how to sell anything.
It's not
to
you, bro. It's me. I'm an asshole.
I don't know how
You
to sell
guys
anything to you.
understand
I don't
that.
know what your boundaries are.
There's no. It's like playing fucking Minesweeper, bro. You don't know. You can try to kind of tread the lines a little bit, but ultimately, you're gonna run into a bomb soon. You're gonna run
Fair.
into a mine, and it's not your own fault.
Fair. But I will watch the Sinister stuff that you sent. I promise.
And I won't read Saga probably.
That's fine. All right. Anyway, Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 363, In the Way. Last we left off, they were about to open a portal using all the witches in the witch forest with the combined efforts of Finral. We're about to open a portal to the Land of Sun in order to bring back
Japan.
Asta. Yes, open a portal into Japan in order to bring back Asta. Oh, geez, my mic is spinning around.
Fi me picking in the car with me so I can't chat.
I didn't mean to hit that button, but there it is. Anyway, so they were about to do that, but then Damnatio pulled up and started causing trouble, getting in the way of the portal. And we open this chapter with the aftermath of that. All of the witches are now unleashing hell on Damnatio in the hopes to stop him from.
Yeah, they summon these fucking earth golems. That's pretty crazy. I thought they were with the enemy. And then I seen them shoot their mighty golem beam.
Yeah.
At the angels.
Woo!
I was like, oh shit. I was excited, man. I was like, these witches is ready. I forgot that they could change reality and do all this extra shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did it for me, man.
Yeah.
Golems, I like golems a lot, actually. Golem's one of my favorite Pokemon. And
Golem is one of your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, golem's also one of my favorite words because you can pronounce it in a really extra way, like golem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Golem.
The golem.
Gollum
Like
from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is his name. Is that where that's coming from?
Yeah, you Gollum.
No, I think English people just say golem in a very
there's Golem and there's
Englishy
Gollum.
way.
Golem.
Huh?
Yeah, I
A
don't know.
golem.
A golem.
I don't know. It's fucking hilarious. Almost like hearing a Japanese person say super.
Super
Poncho. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Josh really likes
So
golems.
ignorant.
So all the golems shoot their golem beams, but it's to no avail because Damnatio has broken magic. And his
he did use the spell, didn't he?
Yeah, he uses scale magic, scale dominate, and it erased the spells because one of Damnatio's thing is that he can tip the scales in his favor. So
What does that mean, though?
it means that he can make it so it doesn't the situation advantage. It is advantageous to him.
Oh, does he redirect the beams?
I don't think he redirects. He just erases it because they say he erased the spell, which was a dick move, if I'm being honest. Not cool.
Then what happened to the golem?
I don't know what happened to the golems. I'm not really sure if this is a real transitional page. I think he just beat the shit out of all of them real fast.
Look, you see her? She says no after he finds out where they're at. Like,
yeah, because they're all beaten up all of a sudden. So he did something.
I think he redirected the beams because that's the only thing that makes sense. He turned the situation and he tipped the scales and said, "Actually, I'm the one shooting golem beam."
Yeah.
OP. Yes, he can beat your favorite character.
Yes, he can.
I'm talking to you in the audience. He can tip the scales and reverse your character's best attack at them, and there's nothing they can do about it. Hold that. If you feel away, comment. But before you comment, you should also like and then subscribe if you're on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Damnation.
Anyway, so Damnatio is about to use his weird angel paladin things to shoot a super duper hyper beam at the tree.
It was.
Oh, what?
It was.
Yeah, a super duper hyper beam to shoot it at the tree place where the
Oh, it's all combined. Yo, that's crazy. I didn't notice.
yeah.
He was like, let's finish these people in style.
Yeah, let's all coordinate and finish them.
Let's get some style points on it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back with Yami. Yami is facing off against Morgan, who is talking shit. Just basically like, Master Lucius can see a path to the peaceful world. Come be reborn, Yami. Let's protect this kingdom once more, like we did in the Grey Deer. And basically, Yami's like, well, except our captain wasn't that Lucius bastard. And he says that we're not a team anymore. I've got the Black Bulls. And you're the one who said it, that I have a really good eye for people. Did you really mean that? Well, now's when we find out. And we see this giant circle thing pop up and a bunch of mirrors. And we see that Damnatio's beam gets reflected back at him, but he tips the scales again. Some of the angel things get destroyed along the way, I think. But yeah, Damnatio is like, as we hear from the smoke, as the Black Bulls pull up and say, end of the road, the Black Bulls aren't gonna let you through. We get a big, super cool 2-page spread where everybody's got a cool Black Bull pose going on, getting ready for battle. Very hype, very fucking cool. One of these. And the chapter ends with Damnatio being like, you'd obstruct us again, fools who collude with devils. And that's where the chapter ends.
Yeah.
Josh, what did you think about
Damnatio? I really like this chapter. This was the second best of the week, in my opinion. Not the best. But yo, Black Bull. I really like that it was Damnatio that pulled up because they been had beef with this nigga. I forgot. He didn't like them, and the way he says you devil something like that. What do you call them? Fools who collude with devils. He's been a hater. He didn't need Lucius to turn him into this paladin level asshole to want this fight. He been what it took them on. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to get right. And I really like that they got their vice captain with them holding them down too, with all them shadow arms.
Knocked.
I've really grown to like Knocked. He kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, all right, he's cool. He's showing Asta how to work with his devil. That's also really cool. Then they gave him the little backstory. He's that nigga, man. Look at everybody. Look at the mirror guy. Did you even notice his attack earlier?
Whose?
That you didn't.
Whose attack?
Your favorite character on the Black Bulls, the mirror guy.
The Ash guy?
Mirror.
He's not my favorite.
I know.
Gauche? I like Gauche,
Yep.
but he's not my favorite.
Gauche. I like Gauche a lot.
You know my guy is the Ash guy.
I do like that. I like the Ash guy.
Yeah,
I like all the Black Bulls.
Oh yeah, all the Black Bulls are really cool.
Number one is Light though. Is that his name?
Light?
No,
Luck.
that's not his name. The Electric Kid.
You mean Luck?
Luck. Yeah, that's close. He's my favorite.
Ooh. Well, he's gonna get some
You
screen
already know.
time.
There's that line. He says, "I feel like I can't be beaten right now."
He said, "I got a feeling that I can't be beat right now."
That was. He meant that. It was so pure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, honestly, like from the bottom of my heart. Yeah. So I think Black Hole is actually going on break next week.
It is.
And I think when it comes back, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
What'd you say?
I think they're gonna set it off. Huh?
I'm sorry. What did you say? The soundboard went off because my cat Gingerbread stepped on it.
Nah, it said that I can't wait till next week. They're gonna all go crazy. Like I don't want it to be a smart fight. I want them all to use their special moves and beat the shit out of Damnatio and
Yeah, I want
those
a
angels, man.
Jujutsu level jumping of Damnatio.
I
Oh.
need to see this become a meme when the anime comes out.
Yeah, I want them
But you
to.
fucked with this set. They only brought you. You didn't bring more paladins, just you.
Yeah, I
No,
want
no,
this to
we
be an
do- we does this.
unfair. I want this to be an unfair trouncing of Damnatio.
Oh, no fairness at all. I don't want there to be any, cliffhanger or like, you got to hold on to maybe this something might go wrong. I want it to be obvious ass whooping,
I want the NWA to be playing in the background as they're whooping his ass.
right? Yeah, do the manga.
Yeah, somehow I want to
They
be
should
able
buy
to
the
hear
rights
the
to that
music.
song. So as soon as you swipe to the page, it starts playing. Or Annie up. Yeah. All right. Those are my thoughts of Black Clover. It was fun. I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, this was also my second favorite. Lots of fun. I mean, I love it. I love a cool shonen hero group pose. I'm here for it. I live for it. It's one of the things I love about shonen. So I'm very excited to see what the Black Bulls do. Gauch has been really quiet. I do hope that we get to see more of Gauch doing cool shit.
He has a cool stance there, man.
He does have a cool stance, and his his fit's pretty cool
He
right
used
now.
his mirrors already. You didn't notice?
He did use his mirrors. I know that, but I want him to do a little more. Gauch was like one of the first people we had like a lot of time with the Black Bulls, and he hasn't really shown out yet. So I'm excited to see what the Black Bulls pull out. I need some strategy from fucking Ash Boy, my Ash guy, and his trap
he needs
magic.
to think that he's about to beat them, and then boom, he fell into a trap, and that was the plan all along.
Yeah,
Everyone's fine.
I need some Shikamaru magic.
Dickhead.
I need some
Stupid.
Shikamaru magic from this guy right now.
I want those shadow arms to creep up his face and drag him to hell with the devils.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy your journey.
Yeah.
Not always about the destination. It's about the journey.
It's about the
To hell. All right, I've had enough.
Yeah, this was a cool chapter though. Very
I
excited
really
to
like
see.
this chapter though, yeah.
But yeah,
Charmy's out there. She's gonna eat food.
Charmy's gonna be what was she? She's like some kind of a mythological being. She was like a troll or a dwarf or giant.
Right, she was a dwarf.
Right, she was a dwarf. Very excited for her to do that because I remember last time she did a thing. It was pretty badass. Her Kirby finishing move.
Yeah, it turned everybody into.
She put you in a pot.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. Well, I don't really actually have that much to say about Black Clover because a lot of it was kind of like build up for the Black Bulls. Frankly, we should have gotten that 2-page spread last chapter, but I'm okay with the wait. But outside of that, I'm very excited for 2 weeks from now, actually, when Black Clover returns. Man, what are we going to talk about next week? Jujutsu Kaisen and Undead Unluck and Chainsaw Man. So we'll have like even one less series than we do today. Maybe World Trigger will be out by then, so we'll have that. Anyway, I don't know why I just started. I got sidetracked in my own head thinking about it, but I'm ready to move on if you are, Josh.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go.
We're getting this story out there. We need a plan.
Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 164. And Josh, do you want to like throw this? Can I throw this to you?
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
Okay. Undead Unluck. Number 164. The last trial is Undead Unluck. That's the title, not the last title. So last week, Shen had to come to terms that he had the most stacked against him tournament of Chinese history, probably, and he had to. Well, Fuko revealed that she wants to put Shen through this difficult situation for two reasons. One, so he can prove himself as a fighter, and that if he could deal with the string of negators and Void, Undraw, Billy, and then later Fuko, that he can truly become the strongest there is. Also, he wants to somehow bring out his negator ability via tragedy. So we learned a little bit more about that in this chapter, actually, but we continue from last week where Shen realized how to interact with Void's ability, where he picked up pretty quick that he can't guard, but he can basically fight back. So he adopts a new stance called the Ryusujin Drunken Dragon Formation, and then looks up and grins at Void. Void's like, nice! Let's fucking go! He like,
sick.
sick. Is he American or Japanese?
Who?
Void.
I think Void is America. I don't know where they found him. I think in America. So.
Yeah. So he probably just actually said cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, Shen uses this super kung fu move where he takes the hit, makes his whole body soft, and he spins around millions of times, giving him a speed boost to flatten Void into the concrete. Void stays down, and the match is over. Shen is tight because he's like, what the fuck? You can still fight. You're fine. And I was surprised. I thought Void was done after that. I wouldn't have even been like mad. Like, oh, they did Void dirty. Like, why they stun him like that? Like, this nigga Shen violated. So I was all right. Whatever. So, yeah, Shen is mad. And then Yusuke comes down on draw. And she's like, yeah, now you got to deal with me. Don't worry about him leaving. But the way she arrives is down and slamming against his guard with the sword, kind of like burying him into the ground a little bit, which I didn't notice initially, but it's made really obvious soon. So as Shen tries to get up out the ground to hit her, to engage with her, he can't pull his feet out because of undraw. He can't draw his feet out of the ground. Oh man, you're so good, Yoshifuma, right?
Yoshifumi, yes.
Yes, Yoshifumi. You're a clever guy.
Clever guy, smart guy.
Yeah. So Yusei's like, oh, you're open. Blah! Smacks him with the wooden sword, not a real sword, because he'd be dead. So we cut to Fang and Fuko having a little conversation. He says a full name, Fuko Izumo. Yes, you're cool. Oh wait, no, I skipped ahead. So Shen's looking along and he's like, all your cohorts have odd supernatural powers. Fuko Izumo. And then she's like, yeah, they're called negation abilities. I'll explain it to you if you want. Because I don't want you to think I'm cheating or nothing. He says, yeah, I don't care. I'm actually interested. So, what's good? Like, why are you over here right now? Oh, is it that maybe you actually want to fight me right now? And she's like, no. Relax. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take care of Shen's little sister. Yeah. So he gets mad. He's like, why are you making me do this again? Excuse me. Fuko's just trying to explain to him, like, look, I need to make Shen the strongest fighter, but in order to do that, I need to unlock his negator ability. And I don't want his sister to get harmed in the process. I need you to keep her safe because, you should be the safest person around since you're one of the strongest. So, he's feeling that. Well, he's not. He doesn't say it, but he is. It's like fine, whatever. So, their conversation gets interrupted by Shen thinking, okay, I can't pull my feet out the ground, but I could fucking pull this concrete out the ground that my feet's attached to, and he like rose it. He like used like with his feet attached to the slab of concrete. No, Coco, stop. Sorry. Started calling the couch.
It's okay.
She wants attention.
Yeah, cats, right?
He kicks the slab of concrete at Yusei and knocks out the ring, but she stands outside the ring. Shen is furious again, but the point is, it's not for him to get more. I guess they don't want to wear him out completely. They're trying to just make sure he could pass each negator ability. Figure out a way to, how to counter it. So we cut back to Fang and Mui talking, and Mui, not Mui. I'm sorry, not Mui. Fuko asks a question that actually interested me. That says, "Why does Mr. Sen try so hard to be strong? I know that he's after the prize, but still." And then Fang is like, "What? You don't know?" He's like, "It's for a woman." And I remember they mentioned this earlier, but I guess Fuko wasn't really paying attention, or they didn't take it serious. But Fang starts to explain to them how, he's been teaching some girl like their martial arts style, and he's gotten very friendly with her. And that she told him that she planned to enter the tournament. He stated that she was after the grand prize pills to cure her sick little brother. And he's like, man, basically he's looking at Shen and he's like, man, like letting another person, push you to be strong, nah, could never be me. He's like, so it's, I don't know. I think Fang is really funny sometimes, but I also feel him. He's just super self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fuko's like, wait. Is that girl's name Mui? And he's like, oh, yeah, that sounds right. And they show some girl in a mask. And so Fuko's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, like he's definitely fighting for Mui. That makes total sense. There's a lot of dialogue explaining how, Mui just learned like this karate style, so it might be too dangerous for her. So, Jen is like not like thinking that he's gonna enter the tournament and win for her because he doesn't want her, to have to get hurt in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Fuko's thinking. That's clear to her. And Fang's like Fuko, what are you talking about? Like that girl Mui is way stronger than Shen. And then they cut to her actually fighting against somebody using a snake fist. And I guess like she's supposed to scale to him or something, or he's fodder. She fucking finishes this nigga real quick with minimal effort. But we get something interesting here because Fang mentions that, she grew super duper strong out of nowhere. Like after Shen started teaching her the karate style. Not karate, I'm sorry, the martial arts. And she has a natural gift, and the strength of hers is undeniable. Bro, you know what that means.
What does it mean?
Right? The negator ability.
Oh, yeah. Undeniable.
Boom. Watch. She has a negator ability. And he's like, so much so that I could consider going all out against her. He starts grinning. He's such a weirdo. If you don't want her to die, you'll need to climb the bracket. Fuko Izuma. He keeps saying the whole name. Otherwise, I will kill her. And it's crazy. He's not giving her an ultimatum. He's just like, look, if you don't win, and she ends up facing me in the end, I'm not gonna stop. I don't care what the agreement is. So, Fuko's like, all right, bet. Like, I get it. I found it. The tragedy is going to surround Mui, and the final trial has to be her. And that's where the chapter ends. And we are getting a chapter next week. Thank
Yes,
God.
it is one of the huge series that is actually coming back next week.
Yeah. Now I see why we're saving another series.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That was Undead Unluck. Chris, any thoughts?
Oh yeah. I really liked this chapter. It didn't really quite scale the heights of Black Clover quite yet, but I did appreciate the cool battle.
Oh, this is my RGC.
Ooh, yeah, oh
Shit,
yeah, I
should have
figured.
waited.
Yeah, anyway, I'll just press it for you now since you're so impatient. This is Josh's really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
But yeah, a lot of cool battles here. I like how Shen was creative in the ways of getting around the negations. I do love the idea of interpretations like being kind of like counters in this world, you know?
Yeah.
Just just like following the logic of how the person interprets their power to interpret a weakness of their own is a really cool and unique power system that doesn't really exist anywhere else. So kudos to them on that one. Fang is a very entertaining character. He just reminds me of Vegeta and all those types of characters at their best.
Yeah.
So it's always cool to see Fang. I remember when he was just like a mystery character that like we didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to, like the story didn't, and now he's this major anti-hero type character, and one of the best characters in the series. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I'm sure Fuko is not intending for Mui to die here in terms of what the tragedy means. So
no way.
I think in a sense the tragedy would be that Shen doesn't get to fight Mui because Fuko beats Mui. And she's the reason that he's taking up like martial arts and like trying to get strong, and he won't be able to even face her in the end. So I think that's like a lesser form of the tragedy than as opposed to having anybody dying. I don't think it's within Fuko's character to sacrifice someone, especially a friend, for the greater good. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. But those are all my thoughts, really. Josh, what did you think?
Well, like I said, this is my really good chapter of the week. I was surprised in this chapter. I was delighted with the action. And there was also really funny moments too. This chapter had a little bit of everything, and finally, there wasn't a banger ass fucking chapter to get in the way. That's what this came down to. There's a lot of the chapters have been good. This has been more of the same shit that I've been liking. Let's get down to it. The fight, first of all, the fight between him and Yusei was very fast, but that shit was lit. I don't think it was super creative what he did, but it was the fact that how fast he figured that shit out and then knocked out the ring. It's not like in any of these fights they're sparing him. He would have beat both of them given enough time. You know what I'm saying? But they really are, I think they are conceding the fight. And even in the situation with Yusei, she's sitting down and thinking that was really clever the way and I like how they brought that out. The way I interpret it, it does make sense that, even though you can't draw your feet out, you can use them to break the concrete around them and move that. And if you break the concrete around your feet, there's nothing to undraw them from. So you count them out. That's some thought-provoking shit. That is some World Trigger shit, man. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say it ain't. Go ahead.
I won't. I won't dare.
Feel me? You feel me? So, I was really thrown off. I knew Mui was gonna show up. I knew she wasn't gonna just be someone that wasn't a part of the picture. And I'm just really happy how they made it happen. That they already met. He already has feelings for her and all of that. And the setup is genius. I mean, they have to. He entered the tournament not so much to like win it for her, but to save her the possibility of having to fucking fight Fang and get killed by her, because he knows he's gonna lose. She's gonna lose. But he truly believes that he could surpass both her and Fang and become the strongest. So it's not like this suicide mission. It's like, nah, I'm gonna do this and prove to myself and save the person I care about. But Shen is that nigga. What can I say more than that? Love this chapter. That's about it.
Yeah, fantastic chapter overall. Yeah, we love Undead Unluck here. But yeah, I think that's it then. With that being said, that was Undead Unluck, and that has been our show. Wowee! Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know we've been stripped down on our manga lately. As you can see, a lot of series are on break, but thanks for spending time with us anyway. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. You could follow also Josh at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to catch him when he's streaming Valorant or LOL, you can catch him at twitch.tv/itspunchline. You can email the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. I keep mixing that up. You could email the show itself at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. And we'll address any emails on our new pre-show chat show. We want to give ourselves a little room to be able to answer questions every week. So the pre-show chat show is a little half-hour show that we just like talk about whatever. So if you have any questions, email us and we'll talk about it on that pod, mini pod, whatever, bonus pod.
Yeah, we talked about Nope.
We did talk about Nope.
Also other things.
Yeah, so check it out. It usually comes out Wednesdays, even though we record it
Michael
first.
Keaton.
Even though we technically record it first, we put it out on Wednesdays.
This weekly used to come out Mondays. I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on the second season to the Weekly, so if you want to check out the Weekly, it's my other podcast. It's currently on hiatus as we work on our second season. Check it out. It's the Schweekly, SCHWEEKLY. And yeah, it's a fun little podcast, I guess. I think that's it. Oh, subscribe to the podcast, this podcast in general, YouTube. Take part in the poll through our YouTube page. You could also subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please do. That would be super cool too. And thank you guys for sticking around for all of our technical difficulties and stuff with regarding the videos. I promise I'm working on it. Really good computers are expensive, so hopefully we'll be able to get the operation.
Chris didn't go to Shiketsu High School.
I did not go to Shiketsu High School.
So lay off him, all right?
Nobody's on me, so it's like, but yeah, hopefully we'll get the operation running fully operational sooner rather than later. But until then, thanks as usual for listening. Love you all. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out. We miss Brian.
We do miss Brian.